Got here yesterday, and I'm really looking forward to talking to the families this morning and talking to cattle producers later on. I just want to be telling them about some of the important things about autism, like good early education. Another important thing is develop the kid's strengths. If the child's good at art, let's get them learn how to do different kinds of art. Some kids might be very, very talented with mechanical things and building things. Another kid, mathematics. Take the thing they're good at and expand on it, because that can turn it into a career. Because I worked in designing cattle handling facilities for like the last 30 years, and I was out on construction sites supervising construction. And I worked with people that owned machine shop businesses where they invented all kinds of equipment and patented it that were autistic. Yeah, we need the skills of autistic people. They can have some very important high-level skills. Autistics often get a highly specialized mind. Really good at mechanical and art, terrible at math. Or super good at math, and maybe not so good in some other things. So take the thing they're good at. Autistic people also tend to be really literal. You know, when it comes to rules. Like when I was a child, I learned how to shake hands with people, because when my parents had a party, I had to greet the guests. I sold candy for charity. That taught me how to speak to people. That's something that parents can do. I'm seeing too many kids where they get an autism label, not making the transfer into the working world, because they're not learning enough life skills, like shopping and talking to store staff, ordering food in restaurants. My mother had me out doing things. And we wouldn't have this camera that you have today without some autistic brains developing it. I look at all the computer things. Half the people that work on that are mathematicians who are probably autistic. I have been out to the tech companies. I've done talks at them. Build on the area of strength, but expand it. When I was a young child, I would draw horse heads over and over again. And mother would say, let's draw the whole horse. Let's draw its saddle, draw its stable. Take that interest and expand it. So the child likes cars. We can learn how to fix cars. We can learn how to sell cars. These are things that can turn into good careers. Because I've worked in a technical career for all my life, very much emphasis on the construction industry. And I worked with lots of people that were definitely autistic, that owned big businesses, that patented mechanical devices. Einstein would be put in an autism class today. He had no speech until age 3. Bill Gates has a new book. He is on the spectrum. Many of the heads of big technical companies are on the autism spectrum. See, the problem with autism is you're going from Bill Gates and Einstein to somebody with very severe disability that may have problems with getting dressed. And they all have the same name. And people have a problem with overgeneralizing. And I'm seeing too many smart kids where the parents do everything for them, and they don't know how to go into a shop and order food. Just the most basic things. They're not learning saving money. I was taught that as a child. In the 50s, 50 cents of US, half a US dollar, could buy a lot of things. I could buy 5 comic books. But if I wanted this little airplane that cost 69 cents, I had to save for 2 weeks. I was learning that when I was 9 years old, because little things like kites and comics and airplanes, little balsa wood airplanes, mother didn't buy those things. I was learning how to save for a 69-cent airplane. And I'm realizing how important that training was. And this is just the way in the US in the 50s that all children were brought up. Social rules were taught in a much more structured way than they are today. Also, we need to be limiting the time online, 1 hour a day. When I was a child, in fact, I'm old enough now, I'm in my late 70s now, we had one of the first televisions in the neighborhood, 1 hour a day. Same thing with the online stuff. We don't ban it, 1 hour a day online. And we need to get these kids out doing real things, activities with other people. Bill Gates was put into Boy Scouts when he was a child. I was in all kinds of organized children's activities. We've got to get them out doing things. If the child is 3 and not speaking, early education. Worst thing you could do with that child is let them sit and look at a phone all day. I want to get rid of the phones. And we get them out doing things. They got to learn how to take turns at games. I had a very big emphasis on this. Okay, that's the one piece of advice I'd give to the parent of the 3-year-old. Another child might be fully verbal, doing well in school, maybe 11 years old, learning work skills. They have to learn how to do tasks on a schedule for somebody that's not family. Maybe a volunteer job at a church. Maybe helping with the seniors in the nursing home. Find things in the neighborhood that when they're 11 years old, helping out in a little shop where they start learning working skills for somebody that's not family. Because I'm seeing too many smart kids ending up in the basement playing video games, and they don't become video game designers. Video game designers, they need to be shown that car mechanics is really interesting. There's been some great successes in getting them off of video games and get them fixing cars. Or let's fixing motorbikes. You have lots of motorbikes here. Somebody needs to fix motorbikes. And the thing that's good about that is you're not going to get replaced by artificial intelligence. Video game design is going to go all AI. Somebody's got to fix that motorbike that's right there that I'm looking at right now. And that's a job that will be here forever. I have a very poor working memory. So autistics need to be taught that for any task that involves a sequence, to make a checklist similar to what a pilot would use. And they do the checklist to make sure there's nothing wrong with the plane. Okay, let's say I have to clean the coffee making machine that we have at the hotel. Make a checklist. Take apart steps, cleaning steps, reassembly steps. Teach them how to make checklists. Let's concentrate on what the child can do instead of on what they cannot do. And they can often do a lot more than you think they can do. Even the ones that are non-speaking, some of them can learn how to type. Maybe the ones that cannot learn how to type, maybe they can stock groceries. Let's look at what they can do.